Welcome to the 胡霞霞 Story Hole. Today, we continue with Romance of the Three Kingdoms. Chapter 20, Liu Bei turns against Liu Bei. Before we dive into this chapter, let's first clarify the historical context, so you can understand why Liu Bei and Liu Bei, who once had some ties, suddenly became bitter enemies. At the end of the Eastern Han Dynasty, the realm descended into chaos. The Han imperial court was in decline, and various warlords held power on their own, attacking one another, all seeking to carve up the land and seize power in this turbulent age. The Central Plains had become a battlefield for ambitious heroes. After Cao defeated Liu Bei in Yanzhou and seized the region, his power grew steadily. He held the emperor under his control to command the nobles, and began plotting, step by step, to unify the north. Wanshou occupied the lands north of the Yellow River, with vast armies, abundant supplies, and was the most powerful warlord of the time. As for Liu Bei, he had never owned a stable territory of his own and had to rely on others for survival. After he was ambushed and lost Luzhou to Liu Bei, he had to station his remaining troops in Shanpei, gathering his forces and waiting for a chance to recapture Xuzhou and gain a firm foothold. Now let's talk about Liu Bei. Known as the Flying General, his martial prowess was unmatched under heaven. Yet he was treacherous, self-serving, and quick to betray for profit. He first betrayed Ding Yuan, then killed Dong Zhuo, making him unwelcome among warlords across the realm. After being defeated by Cao Cao, he had nowhere to go and turned to Liu Bei for help. Liu Bei, admiring his bravery and hoping to use his strength to secure Xuzhou, took him in and led him garrison near Xiapi. But Liu Bei was never the type to submit to others. He had long coveted the wealthy land of Xuzhou, believing Liu Bei was too weak to hold it. On the surface, the two maintained peace. Beneath it, seeds of conflict had long been planted, with secret provocation from neighboring warlords and conflicting self-interest. Their falling out was inevitable. With that background clear, let's tell the full story of how Liu Bei turned against Liu Bei. When Liu Bei took in Liu Bei, he did so out of desperation. Liu Bei, along with his brothers Guan Yu and Zhang Fei, had finally received Xuzhou from Tao Qian, hoping to make it his base to restore the Han Dynasty. But Xuzhou was a strategic crossroads in the Central Plains. Surrounded by powerful enemies, Cao Cao and Yuan Shu both had their eyes on it. Liu Bei's army was too weak to defend against them alone. Although Liu Bei knew Liu Bei's bad reputation, he believed an extra ally would strengthen his position. So he kindly accepted him and stationed Liu Bei in Shanpei, forming a defensive line against outside threats. But Liu Bei never had good intentions from the start. As soon as he arrived in Xuzhou, he coveted Liu Bei's position. He often plotted with his subordinates to seize Xuzhou. For his part, Liu Bei did not fully trust Liu Bei, but he had to endure it for the sake of the crisis. Guan Yu and Zhang Fei had long despised Liu Bei's arrogance. Zhang Fei, hot-tempered by nature, confronted Liu Bei many times, calling him the man of three surnames, a shameful insult. Deep tensions existed between them, and only Liu Bei's mediation kept the peace from breaking out immediately. The trigger came from the war between Yuan Shu and Liu Bei. 外说 who ruled Hunan had a strong army and had long wanted to conquer Xuzhou. He sent a large army to attack Liu Bei. With no choice, Liu Bei personally led his main forces to confront Yuan Shu near Shuyi and Huayin. Before leaving, he left Zhang Fei to guard the capital city of Xuzhou, warning him repeatedly not to drink excessively, mistreat soldiers, or neglect his duties. But Zhang Fei was addicted to wine. As soon as Liu Bei left, he forgot all the warnings. He feasted and drank day and night, and over a dispute involving alcohol, he severely punished Cao Bao, who happened to be Lu Bu's father-in-law. Holding a grudge, Cao Bao secretly sent a messenger to Li Bu that same night, saying the city was lightly defended and Zhang Fei was drunk and unprepared, urging Lu Bu to attack at once. Lu Bu had long planned to betray Liu Bei. Overjoyed at the news, he showed no gratitude for Liu Bei's earlier kindness. He immediately led his army and marched toward Xuzhou through the night. Cao Bao acted as an insider inside the city, opened the gate, and Lu Bu's troops marched in effortlessly. Zhang Fei was still dead drunk. When he heard the enemy had entered the city, he rushed to fight. But his intoxication weakened his fighting ability. Faced with Lu Bu's overwhelming army, he could not hold the city. He had to take a few loyal soldiers, fight his way out, and flee to find Liu Bei. Just like that, Liu Bu seized Liu Bei's hard-won Xuzhou with almost no effort. He took control of the treasuries, granaries, and the entire region, transforming himself from a dependent guest to the new master of Xuzhou. Meanwhile, Liu Bei was locked in a bitter battle at the front against Yuan Shu's army. Supplies were low, morale was fading, when he suddenly heard Zhang Fei's news that Xuzhou had been betrayed and seized by Liu Bu was stunned, and his army fell into chaos. Yuan Shu's army in front, Lu Bu occupying Xuzhou, behind Liu Bei, was trapped in a desperate situation. His soldiers, learning their families and homes were now in Lu Bu's hands, lost all will to fight. Liu Bei's army was quickly defeated by Yuan Shu. With nowhere left to run, Liu Bei led his remaining troops in flight, intending to seek refuge with another warlord. On the road, supplies ran out. Soldiers suffered hunger and cold, to the point of starvation. His situation was truly tragic. Just when Liu Bei was in despair, Liu Bu unexpectedly sent messengers, inviting him back to garrison Xiaopei. Why? After Xixin Xuzhou, Lu Bu feared Liu Bei would ally with Cao to retaliate. He also wanted to use Liu Bei as a buffer against Yuan Shu. So he pretended goodwill and offered Liu Bei a place in Xiaopei, effectively as his subordinate. Liu Bei had no choice. He had to swallow his pride and accept Lu Bu's offer, leading his men back to Xiaopei. But after this betrayal, Liu Bei hated Liu Bu deeply. Yet, with a huge gap in strength, he could only hide his anger, secretly recruiting soldiers and building up strength, waiting for the chance for revenge. For his part, Lu Bu, even as he tolerated Liu Bei, remained deeply suspicious and guarded against him. Their relationship became extremely delicate. On the surface, peace continued. Beneath it, mutual distrust deepened and the conflict grew worse. Before long, tensions boiled over completely. Liu Bei quickly expanded his army in Xiaopei, gathering more than 10,000 men. This threatened Lu Bu, who believed Liu Bei would soon seek revenge. Xiaopei was also dangerously close to Xuzhou. At the same time, Lu Bu sent men to buy war horses in Shandong to strengthen his cavalry. As the horses passed near Xiaopei, Zhang Fei sent men to seize all of them. Zhang Fei had never forgiven Lu Bu for stealing Xuzhou and was eager for revenge. When he learned of Lu Bu's horse purchase, he did not hesitate to rob them. When Liu Bu heard his horses had been stolen, he flew into a rage. He believed Liu Bei was deliberately provoking him and plotting rebellion. He could no longer tolerate it. He immediately decided to personally lead his army to attack Xiaopei and eliminate Liu Bei once and for all. When Liu Bei learned Lu Bu was marching against him, he knew all ties were broken. The falling out was complete. There would be no reconciliation. He immediately called Guan Yu, Zhang Fei, and his officers to discuss plans. But Xiaopei was small, poorly supplied, and its army was no match for Lu Bu's. It could not withstand a major attack. Some advised Liu Bei to abandon Xiaopei and flee to Cao, using Cao's power to fight Lu Bu. After careful thought, Liu Bei knew he had no way out. If he stayed, he would be captured or killed. So he took the advice and decided to abandon the city and flee to Xuzhou to seek refuge with Cao. Late one night, Liu Bei, along with Guan Yu, Zhang Fei, and a small group of trusted followers, quietly opened the city gate and broke through under cover of darkness, heading straight for Xuzhou. After Lu Bu captured Xiaopei, he did not find Liu Bei. He seized all the grain and supplies, took Liu Bei's family hostage, and completely severed all bonds with him. From this point on, Lu Bu and Liu Bei were fully and irreversibly enemies. From host and guest, they turned into mortal foes. After Liu Bei joined Cao Cao, he tearfully told of Liu Bu's betrayal and cruelty. Cao had long seen Lu Bu as a deadly threat and wanted to take Xuzhou for himself. So he decided to shelter Liu Bei and plot together to attack Lu Bu. This falling out, seen sparked by small incidents: Zhang Fei stealing horses, Lu Bu seizing the city. But in truth, it was the inevitable result of conflicting interests among powers in a chaotic age. Liu Bei needed a foothold. Lu Bu sought expansion. Their interests were fundamentally opposed. Combined with Lu Bu's treacherous, untrustworthy nature, their partnership could never last. Their falling out was only a matter of time. This break completely changed the situation in Xuzhou, making the already turbulent Central Plains even more chaotic. It also planted the seeds for Lu Bu's eventual downfall. As the story reaches this point, the situation grows even more complex. In the next episode, we will continue the story of the fall of Lu Bu. Thank you for listening to our historical story series. We have recorded more than 100 episodes of Romance of the Three Kingdoms. New episodes are released every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment so you never miss the most exciting parts of each chapter.